Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Community banking should be kind of personal. That's because there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to you. Fortunately, Security First Bank gets that. And that means you get more, too, like online tools, in-person expertise, and tailored banking solutions for your family or business. So, from balanced budgets to bucket lists, we're the bank for all you're doing. Security First Bank.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person like Lance at Van Zee Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Diamond Roofing is your trusted roofing contractor in Rapid City and the surrounding Black Hills area. With over 40 years of experience, they specialize in residential and commercial roofing, as well as siding, windows, and gutter installation. They also collaborate with general contractors to install roofs on new home construction. Diamond Roofing offers customized solutions that fit both your needs and your budget. Call 605-720-7663 for a quote or visit diamondroofingcorp.com today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Shop the area's best selection of pre-owned Hondas and Honda Certified Pre-Owned at Danny Manholt Rushmore Honda. Get financing as low as 0.99% APR on certified pre-owned Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and Passports. 0.99. Plus, shop a lot full of used cars, trucks, and sport utilities, including a great selection of all-wheel drive and 4x4 trucks and SUVs. Virtually any make or model, imports and domestics. See us at Danny Manholt Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Option selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Officials for tonight's match are Brent Distel and Tanya Nelson. Calling the lines are Brittany Pace and Alicia Coyne. These officials are licensed by the South Dakota High School
Test one.
and hired by mutual consent of the schools participating in this event. Let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Stevens Raiders. She's a junior, number 1, Addison Benson. A junior, number 2, Reagan Broderick. She's a senior, number 5, Amy Prowse. She's a junior, number 7, Aurora Prudich. Senior, number 11, Aspen Montague. And sophomore, number 15, Brooke Larson. And then the marathon is senior, number 10, Lacey Davis. Raider assistant coaches are Kylie Roy, Rochelle Orline, Tessa Walter, and Emily Kulish. Head coach for FC Stevens is Lindsay Montague. And now, let's hear it for your Rapid City Central! A senior, number 4, Kaylin Duhart! She's a senior, number 7, Josie Williamson! A senior, number 10, Isabel Richard! A senior, number 13, Jay-Sue Rufat! Senior, number 14, Chloe Shree! Senior, number 16, Braylon Belistra! And a sophomore, number 18, put it up for Reagan Page! Cobbler assistant coaches are Sophia Collins, Tyler Groundbull, Zane Rodner, and Lindsay Nelson. Head coach for the Cobblers is Reese New.
All right, Tom Anderson back with you at Howard Nas Gymnasium. And we got a good turnout here for Cobbler Raider volleyball tonight. The officials, Brett Distel will be the up official, Tanya Nelson. The official at the scorer's table trying to keep track of all these rotations. Brittany Page and Alicia Coyne are the line judges. The Cobblers from the left side in their white uniforms and red numbers. Raiders in their blue with white numbers and trim. Lindsay Montague, her second season, coming off a 23-15 campaign last year. They lost to Brandon Valley in the Sodak 16. Maurice New also in her second year. After a 6-26 season the year before, 13-20 last year, looking to build on that. So they're going to get the liberos checked in here momentarily. Reagan Page getting the start over the weekend. We covered the peer match on Saturday. Bailey Bear Tripp got the start at libero, but they both played. First two sets was Bear Tripp, last two was Page. Reagan Page played very well. For the Raiders, Macy Davis, we saw her play very well last year from that libero position. And they're still figuring out who's going to rotate in and out. Next up for these two teams will be this coming weekend. They'll go to the Thunder Basin Invitational in Gillette. Tongue River, Sundance, Campbell County, Gillette, among others, playing at that tournament. And then the following weekend, it is the Rapid City Invitation with Central, Stevens, Douglas, all being covered by LiveTicket.tv. We'll be covering Douglas volleyball and football throughout this season for both on Live Ticket TV, rather. And it will be for Stevens Broderick rotating out as Basie Davis comes in. And the serve from the Raiders. Set it up to Shreve, pushes it over. Bump up, Davis with the bump. Near side, that is Krause, diving save. Bleestra goes to Richard. Back set, tap it over. Dive by Page one time over. Davis will set it up. Try the right side again. That is Larson. Back to Shreve, right side for the Cobblers. That'll fall. No, pancake save. Shreve will try it again, sends it deep. That is just out beyond the line, and the Raiders on the board first. Take me a moment or two to learn all of the, as my mentor Bobby Legend Laskowski, got to learn the ponytails. Richard with the bump, Leester with the set. The center smash from the Cobblers, that was Rubelt. Raiders play it, Leester will set it up, come right side to Shreve. Prudich, one-handed set, Davis rolls it over. Save on the backside by Williamson. Page will have to roll it over. Davis and Prudich. Prudich bumps it up. Krause will free ball it over. Neither team able to get their offenses set up here. Shreve pokes it over, can't clear the net. A couple of heading errors for Shreve give the Raiders a 2-0 lead. It'll be Aspen Montague on the serve. The senior setter, right hand from the right side. Popped up by Richard. Leester will set. Shreve from the left side this time, off the block, scores it. So the kill from Shreve. She had a great match against Pierre. For some reason didn't write the final number down. She either had 14 or 15 kills against Pierre on Saturday. Richard with the serve. Prudich up front to Montague, and the kill put away by Benson. Kind of went off her hand funny. I think that threw the Central defense off just a bit. Point to the Raiders, they lead at 3-1. And Avery Krause, 5'6" senior, steps back. She'll serve from the right side, a little hop and a jump, barely clears the net. Page, Shreve with the swing, blocked at the net. Davis will set it. Prudich will try and push it over. Didn't get her hand turned the right way, and the Cobblers are within one now, trailing 3-2 here in the opening set. Rubelt will sit down for the Cobblers. Page sends it deep and out. See who they rotated in. So for the Cobblers, they have Williamson, Page, and Richard on the back line. Leestra, Ducat. Must have been Ducat who came in, and the service error gives the Cobblers the point. We saw this rotation for Central on Saturday. They will bring in Deja Dudley and Elsa Tipke, and they rotate out then Shreve and Vliestra. Dudley will become the setter. Right now on the service line, the bump by Davis. Montague, near side, Prudich rolls it over, and Dudley can't play it. So Prudich had two very outstanding years here at Howard Nas. Picks up her first point as a Raider at Howard Nas and puts the Raiders up by a deuce, 5-3. Brooke Larson, 5'10" sophomore, sends a knuckleball over. Dudley back sets it. Williamson hits it out. Nope, tip. 5-4, so Williamson gets the kill against her former teammates. Do not remember Williamson getting a lot of playing time in the few matches that we covered for Rapid City Stevens last year. Cobblers as a whole played very well on Saturday. I was at the football game Friday, did not get a chance to see their match against Aberdeen Central. Williamson with the serve, back set, push it over by Prudich. Tipke played it, push over, try it again. Davis will set. On the swing, blocked, Broderick. Raiders will try it again, this time with Prudich blocked at the net. And that is a net violation. No, 4 hits. Defensively, Ducat was there for the Cobblers. We're tied at 5 apiece. And Josie Williamson steps back. Serves right-handed from the left side. Sends it deep, Prudich. Push it over. And Reagan Page on the dive. Couldn't come up with the donut hole shot. The put away by Brooke Larson. Well, check that as Broderick credited with the kill. And it will be Aurora Prudich, the former Cobbler, to serve. She'll stand at the baseline to the right of the lane, serving right to left here at Howard Nas. And the Cobbler fans letting her have it. She drew some boos when they introduced her in the starting lineup. And we're going to... Well, they switched the ball, and Prudich wanted that one back. So here we go, ready to go. Take a couple of steps up, a little jump, sends it deep. Page plays it. Dudley sets. Block on the hit by Richard. And the Raiders pick up the point. They lead at 7-5. For the Raiders up front, they have Broderick, Krause. We'll get that other number here in just a moment. Page pops it up. Dudley will back set it. Tipke with the push over the Raiders. Davis goes cross court. Krause with the swing, blocked at the net. Push it back, Rowe. Williamson, Dudley. That's going to be long on the swing by Ducat. But there was a tip at the net or a violation. And the Cobblers have the point. Cobblers trailing by a point. It'll be 6-7. And Abby Conroy will come in. She played the second 2 sets on Saturday in here with heavy brace on her right leg. Krause with the swing, the block. That was Rubelt trying to send it back. Didn't clear the net. 8-6 lead for the Raiders. As Reagan Broderick will serve for Rapid City Stevens. From the right side where Prudich was, sends it deep. Williamson up front, Dudley. Center swing by Rubelt. Prudich with the one-handed save. Krause from the left side into the net on the return. That was Williamson. Too hot to handle, and it's a 3-point lead for the Raiders now, 9-6. Opening set, best of 5. And Reagan Broderick, 5'7" junior. Got a lot of playing time last year, sends this one deep. Williamson will bump it up to Dudley. They'll go to Richard, blocked at the net. Cobblers keep it alive. Free ball over. Prudich with the bump. Was set by Larson. Dudley sent it backward. Free ball over. Page clears the net. Benson sets again to Krause, blocked at the net. Cobblers will play it. Push it over by Tipke. Larson will set right side now. The block. Joust at the net, and the Cobblers win it. Rubelt out battles Addison Benson. And the Cobblers back to within a deuce. It'll be 7-9 as Shreve comes back in. Leistra will come back in. She will do the service honors for Rapid City Central. She had an ace on Saturday, but she also had 3 service errors. The lefty from the right side sends it deep and out. Her service errors, I believe all 3 were into the net. That one goes deep. And the Raiders will lead it by 3 with Aspa Montague set to serve for Rapid City Stevens, 10-7. Montague wears number 11. Outstanding setter. Send that one back. Page with the bump up front. Leistro set. Shreve with the swing. Davis with the dig. Montague keeps it alive. Free ball over by Krause. Leistra sets to Rubelt. on the slide. Raiders play it. Larson with the big swing. Cobblers block it. Try and clear the antenna. They do. Montague sets center, and that swing by Benson wide to the right side, and the Cobblers will be 8 serving 10. Raiders lead, bouncing between 2 and 3 points here, and Richard from the middle of the lane will send it deep. Prudich sends it up into the rafters, stays in play. It hit that rafter and came back down way too quickly for Davis to react, and the Cobblers now within 1. Isabel Richard broke out in that Rapid City Invitational Tournament last year. Larson with the bump, free ball over by Kraus. Page, Vliestra, back set, pushed over by Rubelt, blocked at the net. Vliestra will set it, Page, free ball over. Prudich, bump it up. Montague with a short set, goes right side, and the Cobblers, both Larson and Benson attacked, and it was Larson with the kill. And the lead back to 2 now for Rapid City Stevens. Addison Benson, no, that is not Benson. You got a number here, that might be tie up by Williamson, almost rolled right up her shoulder. Cobblers get it over. Go right side, Larson with the swing and the kill. And the Raiders lead back to 3. That is Avery Kraus serving. Kraus pounds ball a couple of times. She'll serve from the far corner. Rolls it over the net. Leistra will set it up. Shreve will go up. Go cross court. Played by Davis. Set to the near side. Prudich pushes it over. Leistra sends it backwards. Page goes up front. Williamson clears the net. Set it to Prudich. Blocked at the net. Cobblers into the net. And the Raiders have opened up a 4-point lead now, 13-9. That is their biggest lead here of the first set. Kraus will stay at the line. Sends it back. Page from the middle back row. Rubel with the big swing, played by Montague. Montague will free the ball over. Richard up front to Vliestra. Shreve pushes it over. Diving save by Montague, bumped up by Larson. Prudich with the swing, blocked at the net. Raiders will push it over. Vliestra, Page. Williamson, her shot blocked at the net. Great defensive net play by both teams. Shreve rolls it over. Montague will set. Prudich, 10-foot line shot. One-time return by Richard. Davis sets it. Larson swings. Larson goes cross court, played by Vliestra. Page, free ball over Williamson. Davis with the bump. Montague with the middle set. That is going to go out on the swing by Benson. So good action on both sides of the net, and the Cobblers back to within 3. Be 10 serving 13 with the ball in the hands of the libero, sophomore Reagan Page. So Ducat back in. Joins Shreve and Williamson up front. Vliestra, Richard, and serving Page, and Page puts it into the bottom of the net. Mistimed her jump. Looked like she got the bottom of the ball with the top of the knuckles, and it's a 14-10 4-point margin again for Rapid City Stevens. Macy Davis, libero from the left side with the right hand, dead knuckleball, handled by Williamson. Vliestra sets it up right side. Popped over by Shreve. Set up, big swing by Aurora Prudich. That is what you get with Aurora Prudich. She plays the back line very well, serves very well. She has the biggest arm on either side of the net, I believe, here tonight. And that is something the Cobblers are missing with her on the Raiders side of the net here tonight. Williamson, Vliestra, push over by Ducat. And the 10-foot hit by Kraus only goes 9 feet into the top of the net. Cobblers trail again by 4. Dudley will come back in as Shreve and Vliestra sits down. Tipke back in that rotation. So for the Cobblers, Dudley, Richard, and Page, the back line. Williamson, Tipke, and Shreve, or not Shreve, can't see the fifth one, or the third one for the front line. And there it is. That was Ducat. Another big swing by Prudich. Another point and kill for Prudich. Richard got the forearms on it. It went sailing off to the right, and that's 3 kills for Prudich here in the first set as the Raider lead now at 5, 16-11. Brooke Larson, the 5'10" sophomore, will serve from the right side, and that one hits the bottom of the net. Cobblers get the side out. Trailing by 4, it'll be 12 serving 16 with Josie Williamson, the former Raider, going back to serve. She'll serve from the left side. Right-hander spins the ball once, sends it deep, ties up Davis. One-handed save by Larson. Free ball over by Prudich. Goes way over. That's about 20 feet out of bounds. And the Cobblers will be serving 13-16. Williamson stays to the left side of the lane. Just clears the net. Davis goes down, digs it out. Larson pops it up. And that rolls into the net instead of over the net. Kaya Ramos has come in for the Raiders. She joins Broderick on the front line along with Prudich. Larson, Davis, and Kraus, the back line for the Raiders, awaiting the serve from Williamson. Larson, Prudich pushes it over. Cobblers will set, middle hit, blocked. Pop it up. Dudley will go cross court. Richard at the net gets her first kill. She had a very quiet Saturday as far as her offense goes. She is probably one of the couple of big hitters that the Cobblers need to be consistently putting the ball away. Gets her first kill here in the first set, brings the Cobblers back to within 1. Williamson into the net, and it won't roll over. So the Cobblers made a run at it, but they trail by a deuce again, 15-17, and Prudich will go to the service line. Let's see if the Cobbler fans give her any kind of a razz when they announce her name. And there are a few boos raining down, and they get louder as she approaches. Knuckleball goes deep and in. So that's one way to shut them up. 3 kills and an ace now in the first set for the former Cobbler, Aurora Prudich. And that moves the Raiders to an 18-15 advantage here in set number 1. Prudich, 5'11" junior. Sends it deep, and that one will be out. Reagan Page, aware of where she was. It was over her head, ducks down, lets it go, and the Cobblers trail again by 2. Abby Conroy will come in as Ducat sits down. Page sits down as well. Set the Cobbler lineup here in a moment. Conroy clips the net. Davis digs it out. Kraus sends it up. Push it over. Dudley will set it up. Richard on the attack. Got the lean and just out on the near corner. Tried to go cross court. Point Raiders. They lead at 19-16. Page will come right back in. Conroy will sit down. So for the Cobblers, it is Dudley, Rubelt, and Tipke on the front line. Dudley digs it out. Page, big boom from the back line to get it over. Set by Larson, right side on the attack, blocked at the net. Cobblers will set it. Dudley comes right side. Tipke rolls it over. Free ball over. The Cobblers will try and get something set here. Dudley, right side. The swing by Tipke. Played by the Raiders. They'll set it up to Kraus. She goes deep and out. Macy Davis will come back in as Broderick will sit down for the Raiders. 17 serving 19. As Vliestra and Shreve check back in. The Cobblers, they have Shreve, Rubelt, and Richard. 3 big hitters up front. Larson with the set, and mistiming the jump was Benson. Cobblers trail by 1. It'll be 18 serving 19. Vliestra at the line. Vliestra, Williamson, and Page the back row. The lefty sends it deep, and another service error for Vliestra, sends it beyond the back line. And first to 20 are the Raiders. They lead it by a deuce, 20-18. Aspen Montague comes back in. Ramos sits down, and Montague to the service line. Montague, Davis, and Prudich the back line. for the Raiders. Slow roller over the net, bumped up by Richard. Set up, Shreve swings, Shreve with the kill. Chloe Shreve struggled early last year and saw her playing time dwindle to next to nothing as the Cobblers had a pretty deep team last year. They lost 6 seniors plus Prudich and Leah Landry. They had a lot of holes to fill, and Shreve has done a good job. Richard sends the serve back. Pushed over by Larson. Cobblers will set. Leester goes cross court on the swing. That was Williamson. Free ball over. Into the net. Saved. Pushed over. Prudich with the dive, and that's another kill for Shreve. No point. Cobblers into the net. Break for the Raiders. There were 2 Cobblers there. Shreve was there, and I believe that was also Rubelt. And one of them got into the net. Serve rolls back to Page. Leester will set it up. Right side, free ball over. A little confusion. Another violation for Rapid City Central. I think 2 players hit the ball. That's going to bring a timeout from Coach Reese New as Cobblers down by 3. Raiders lead at 22-19 here in the first set. This is Cobbler Volleyball on GoCobblersLive.com. We're back in 1 minute.
Now's the time to get a great deal on a pre-owned 4x4 truck or sport utility from Denny Manholt Toyota. Shop a great selection of 4x4s and all-wheel drives from Ford, GMC, Nissan, Ram, Jeep, Subaru, and more. Plus, the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned. Get financing as low as 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on certified pre-owned. Over 35 certified pre-owned available. See us at Denny Manholt Toyota or DennyManholtToyota.com.
Raiders 22, Cobblers 19 here in set number 1 at Howard Nas Gymnasium, and the Raiders with Kraus on the service, trying to put away the first set here. Page from the back row, up front Gleestra, Williamson just off the net, Prudich with the bump, Montague with the set, 10-foot swing by Kraus, and that is off the Cobbler defense. 23-19. The lead has bounced between 2 and 3 for much of the first part of this set, and the Raiders have opened up to a 3-4, even 5-point margin. They're up by 4 now, 23-19. Page goes to the floor. Leester picks it up, and the big swing and the put away. No, looked like it was put away, saved by the Raiders. Shreve, back row. Kraus gets it up front, push it over. Larson, the dive by Page. Leester will set. Right side, Shreve, blocked at the net. And Raiders are in the net. Cobblers hit 20. 23-20. Raiders with the lead. First to 25, win by 2. Kaylin Ducott back in. And Reagan Page to serve for Rapid City Central. Sends it to the other libero, Davis. Montague. Larson with the swing, blocked in the net. Page off the board, goes over. So the way the scoreboard and rafters come into play, you can't hit it off the board and have it go over to the opponent's side. That's the point for the Raiders. They're at set point now, 24-20. If it hits and comes back down on your side, it's still in play. Hits, goes the other side, out of bounds. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a 1-minute timeout as well on GoCobblersLive.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Save $9,500.
24-20. Raiders serving for set point here in the opening set of tonight's best-of-5 match. Davis on the left side sends it sailing. Williamson plays it. She'll have to free ball it over. Montague pops it up. Davis sets near side. Prudich puts it away. Kill number 4 for Aurora Prudich seals the deal for Rapid City Stevens. They win set number 1, 25-20. We'll take a break, come back with set number 2 on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv network.
$100 off MSRP on a new 24 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 at Danny Manhole Rapids Chevrolet. We've got over 30 HD Silverados and our best selection in months of Tahoes and Suburbans. All of them with huge Danny Manhole discounts. 18 new Equinoxes in stock, plus Trailblazers and Trax. Buy now and make no payments for 90 days. We're offering top dollar for all trades and all credit apps accepted. See us at Danny Manhole Rapids Chevrolet or DannyManholeRapidChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City Sports Talk Show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show with big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. and stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Back at Howard Noz Gymnasium, and the Raiders win the first set 25-20 behind 4 kills from Aurora Prudich along with an ace. For the Cobblers, they had just one player with multiple kills, and that was Chloe Shreve. Against Pierre on Saturday, she had at least 3 in every one of the 4 matches, and she ended up with either 14 or 15. For the Raiders, looks like they will have Addison Benson, Avery Krause, Aurora Prudich, Brooke Larson. Macy Davis will come in. She'll replace Reagan Broderick in the lineup. For the Cobblers, Reagan Page will stay at libero. It'll be Shreve, Richard, and Ducat up front right now. Vlistra, Williamson, and Rubelt. And now it'll be Rubelt sitting down. Page will come in. And the Cobblers will serve to open set number 2. 25-20. Set number 1 goes to Rapid City Stevens. It will be Vlistra, the senior. Lefty having problems getting her serve in. That one is out as well. That could become a little bit of a problem for Rapid City Central. Vlistra comes in specifically to serve on the rotation. She's had a problem getting the ball to stay in bounds. Montague played by Richard. Vlistra, Shreve with the swing, the block of the net, can't get it back over. Powering through the block attempt by Larson and Benson. Shreve gets kill number 3 to open the second set. We're tied at 1 apiece, and it will be Richard with the serve. Davis with the bump. Montague with the set. Right side. Krause on the attack. Had all the momentum. That's what you want to see from your offense. The bump, the set, and then on the attack, perfect timing by Kraus puts the Raiders up 2-1. So we'll serve it back. Page with the bump. Leaster with the set. The swing by Ducat. Prudich rolls it over. Richard. Come right side to Shreve. And that will be a kill. Davis with the dive got a hand on it. Ends up between the ankles of Montague. And we are tied at 2 apiece. On back-to-back kills from Chloe Shreve for the Rapid City Central Cobblers will be Reagan Page, their libero, serving from the left side. Sends a screamer to the back row, and a violation against the Raiders. And the Cobblers take the 3-2 lead here early in set number 2. High serve this time. Montague comes left side. Prudich right to Vliestra. Bump it up. Williamson on the attack. Blocked by the Raiders. At the net. Benson puts it away. Looked like we would have a joust. The Cobbler defense went back. Benson with the kill. We're tied at 3 apiece. Benson will sit down. And Reagan Broderick back in for the Raiders. Davis to serve. Into the net. Vliestra digs it out. The block at the net. And point for the Raiders. Cobblers in the net again. Raiders will send their libero, Macy Davis, 5'4" senior. Back to serve from the left side. Goes deep. Ties up Richard. They able to play it. Prudich. Davis. Push over by Larson. Vliestra. Page for the Cobblers. Shreve has to push it over. Now the Raiders trying to get something set up. Go right side, Larson with the swing. Page with the dig. Back row hit by Richard. Davis bumps it up front. Montague. Back row hit by Kraus. Page has to go running after it. And Cobblers had 2 players trailing after her. And her save went right over the head of both of them. Nobody at home. That's a 2-point lead for Rapid City Stevens here early in set number 2. Be 5 serving 3 as Macy Davis steps up to the line again. Page with the bump. Vliestra with the set. Backside Shreve pushes it over at the net and doesn't clear. Cobblers back to within 1. Vliestra and Shreve out. Back in Tipke and Dudley. Coach New visiting with Vliestra about her serving perhaps. Dudley sends it deep corner, played by Davis. Montague will set. Then the swing and the kill for the Raiders. That is Brooke Larson.
That's 15, Brooke Larson.
Sophomores played very well here tonight at Howard Nas. Raider lead back to a deuce. 6 serving 4. And Brooke Larson to do the serving for the Raiders. Bumped by Williamson. Gets the return pass from Dudley. Larson with the dig. The set to Prudich. Into the net. Cobblers with the block. Raider lead at 6-5. Williamson with the service. We'll go to the left of the lane now. Sends it deep. Davis with the bump. Set by Larson. Cobblers have to free ball it over. Page. Kraus will play it. Larson sets middle. Push it over. Dudley got a hand on it. Williamson bumps it up. Free ball over. Raiders trying to get something set up here for Prudich. She has to roll it over. Richard. Dudley. Richard on the return. Richard. Dig by Davis. Set by Larson. Prudich on the run. Put it away. Far corner. Prudich with kill number 5. I watched a little bit of their match against Pierre and Aberdeen Central. She didn't really seem to be that involved at Prudich. But she had 4 kills in the first set, added the kill there. She is on the serve now, has 1 ace in the match already. Richard, Dudley digs it out of the net. Roll it over. Larson sets. Page gets turned around on the kill shot from Broderick. They did not put the kill up for Prudich. They still have her on the board for 4. Prudich with the serve, 8 serving 5. Raiders with the lead. Richard, Dudley, This big swing by Rubelt, played by the Raiders. They'll push it over. And the Cobblers, Rubelt and Page both go for it. Rubelt knocks it into the net. Raiders up by 4. Cobblers had an early lead. The Raiders have taken control here in set number 2 early. 9-5, Prudich looking for her 3rd point off the serve. Tied up Page. Dudley sets it up. Back row hit by Williamson. Right side on the attack, block at the net off the big swing by Kraus. Check that. That was Ramos on the right side with the swing. Kraus with the point. Now Kraus with the hit. Point goes to the Cobblers. They trail 6-9. Conroy will come in. Conroy, Williamson, and Dudley in the back row for the Cobblers. For the back row, Prudich, Davis, and Kraus. And we have a service error by Conroy. So the service specialists for Rapid City Central have not done their job tonight. It's at least the 4th service error. Deep serve, Williamson up front to Dudley. Right side, Tipke with the swing. Raiders will set it. Right side, that is Ramos into the net. And the Cobblers within 3 now. It'll be 7 serving 10 as Shreve and Fleester will come back on the floor. Broderick sits down. Benson joins Larson. And Ramos on the front line. Prudich, Kraus, and Davis the back row. I don't remember Montague really getting a lot of time on the bench. That is another service error by Vliestra. That is 4 long serves tonight for the Cobblers senior. And a lead for the Raiders at 4, 11-7. Montague back into the lineup for the Raiders. Line drive handled by Richard. Vliestra will set it up. Right side, Shreve blocked at the net. That is Benson and Larson. Benson will get credit for the block. And the lead is 5. That is the biggest of the night for the Raiders. They had a 5-point lead in that first set. They lead it by 5 here again, 12-7. Bumped by Richard. Vliestra will try it to Shreve again. Shreve has it blocked by Benson. This time, Shreve gets the kill. And that'll be the 5th kill of the night for Shreve. She is so much improved over last year. It's skills or confidence or both. Richard nails it deep to Davis. Set by Montague. Benson. Richard handled it. Page bumps it up. Shreve rolls it over. Davis up front to Montague. 10-foot hit by Prudich. Puts it away. I have her for 6 kills tonight, 13-8. Now if they put the kill up there for the wrong person on the last kill, or they just didn't consider it one, but nobody touched it. It was a great shot. Kraus with the serve. Page up front to Vliestra. Short set, and the put away goes all the way to the back wall. That was Ducat with the kill. That is her first of the night. Conroy. I didn't even see Conroy come in. Conroy goes out. And Rubelt back in, joins Shreve and Williamson on the front lines. Vliestra, Richard, and Page on the back row for the Cobblers. Page will be serving. Kraus, Davis, and Prudich the back row for the Raiders. Up front they have Benson, Larson, and Montague. Making sure they have everything in order as far as rotations. And here comes Page with the serve. Sends it deep, far corner. Kraus gets it up to Montague. Larson with the swing, blocked at the net. Vliestra gets it up in the air. They'll have to roll it over. That is Shreve, blocked at the net by Benson. You don't see those rollovers blocked very often. Heads up play by Benson. And the Raider lead back to 5, 14-9. She will sit down as Broderick comes back in. Davis serving to the left side. Richard pops it up front. Vliestra, right side, Shreve. And that is a block for the Raiders. Prudich and Broderick were both there. Biggest lead of the night for the Raiders at 6, 15-9. Set number 2, Raiders took the first set 25-20. We have a timeout before the serve. And we'll take a 1-minute timeout as well. This is Cobbler Volleyball on GoCobblersLive.com.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
To 9, the Raiders with their biggest lead of the night. And it'll be Macy Davis to serve for Rapid City Stevens. The libero, a couple of steps, sends it flying. Richard almost got tied up. Page bumps it up. Free ball over on the roll. Raiders come near side. Prudich on the run. Blocked at the net. That is Shreve with the rejection. Rubelt also in on the block. The Cobblers have hit double digits. They trail it by 5. It'll be 10 serving 15 as we get the Tipke Dudley rotation. Shreve and Vliestra to the bench for Rapid City Central. Kraus, Prudich, and Davis waiting. It'll be Davis with the bump. Montague with the set. Larson rolls it over, blocked partially at the net. Richard, Dudley, back set. Swing by Tipke, sends it back row. Montague pops it up. Comes Larson with the push. Page. Dudley gets it off of the net, and hitting the net, rolling it over with the kill is J.C. Rubelt. That is her second kill of the evening. And the Cobblers have cut the lead back to 4. 11 serving 15. Deja Dudley, the senior, just clears the net, and that'll be an ace. Prudich couldn't handle it. Wasn't a lot on the serve. Prudich just misplayed it off her right forearm, sent it towards the Raider bench. The Cobblers trail by 3, 12 serving 15. Didn't see Deja Dudley play much at varsity last year, but a few JV matches I saw, she played very well. Montague, Prudich with the push, and Dudley got in the way of Richard, who was ready to dig it out. Dudley sends it to the back line and out of bounds. Raider point on the side out. They lead it by 4, 16-12. Brooke Larson on the serve for the Raiders. Sends it back row, Williamson, Dudley. Williamson comes up, and too long on the kill attempt. They were looking, hoping for a tip, but there was nobody really contesting the shot. And the Raider lead back to 5, 17-12. Larson. Page will dig it. Set by Richard. Push over, blocked at the net. Larson says Prudich swings, and the block. Raiders will play it. Richard will have to dig it out of the net. Richard free balls it over. Set up, right side on the swing. That is Ramos with the kill. Block sends it out of bounds. Lead at 6, 18-12. Raiders looking to take set number 2. Larson with the serve again. Dig out by Williamson. Big swing, and that is going to be out. Rubelt had that back corner wide open, sent it too far, and this is now the biggest lead of the night for the Raiders at 7, 19-12. Larson sends it back row, Williamson. Dudley goes cross court. Shot blocked at the net. Raiders will play it. Ramos with the swing. Ramos with the kill. Richard couldn't play. And first to 20 are the Raiders. Their biggest lead of the night now is 8 at 20-12. Larson stays on the serve. Put together 4 straight. And the Cobblers are going to take a timeout, trailing by 8 here in set number 2. We're back in 1 minute with more Cobbler Volleyball on GoCobblersLive.com.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
(20-12), the Raiders with their biggest lead of the night. Trying to go up 2-0. And the sophomore, Brooke Larson, put together a run here from the service line, trying to close it out, and gets an ace. The second ace of the night for the Raiders, Prudich with the other. And Larson racks up another one. 9-point lead now, 21-12. Richard, Page, Dudley, and Williamson waiting on the back line. Page has to run up, dig it out. Dudley, Rubelt with the tap over. Roll the ball over, a shot is blocked to the net, goes out of bounds. So Rubelt blocks the rollover from Broderick, but couldn't get it between the lines, and it's a 10-point lead for the Raiders, 22-12. Larson again to Richard. Dudley, back set, the swing by Williamson into the net. Raiders up 23-12. Cobblers have lost some focus here in set number 2. They got out to an early lead. It's been all Raiders since then. Page knocks it out of bounds. She'll have to free ball it over on the return from Williamson. Krause with the bump up front. Larson with the set. Prudich with the swing. And that is another big kill from Aurora Prudich. On the board, they have her for 6. Unofficially, I have her at 7. 24-12, set point. Larson is taking them all the way home. Dudley, Tipke, and Tipke keeps the Cobbler hopes alive. One more swing here, 13-24. Block at the net as Tipke put the sharp angle on it. It'll be Williamson to serve. Goes back middle, Davis with the bump, Larson. The swing off the cord, played by Williamson. Dudley will go to Richard. She has to push it back corner and gets the kill as Krause could not get there. Good look by Richard. Used the touch rather than the hammer. And the Cobblers have cut the lead to 10, 14-24. Cobblers had a huge comeback win in that Rapid City Invite last year. I think they were playing Custer. They put together 10 straight points to close it out 26-24. And they won't do it here in the second set against Rapid City Stevens, as the Raiders take the second set 25-14. We'll take a break, be back for set number 3 on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv network.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Community banking should be kind of personal. That's because there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to you. Fortunately, Security First Bank gets that. And that means you get more, too, like online tools, in-person expertise, and tailored banking solutions for your family or business. So, from
Tom Anderson back at Howard Nas Gymnasium. 2-0. Rapid City Stevens looking to close it out with a sweep. 25-14 in the second set after taking set number 1, 25-20. Prudich, 2 official kills. I had her for 3. Krause with 2 kills. Broderick and Larson with 1 apiece. Larson added an ace. For the Cobblers, Chloe Shreve had the big arm for the Cobblers in that second set with 3 kills. She has 5 on the night. Prudich with 6 on the evening. Rubelt, Richard, and Ducat each with a kill for Rapid City Central. They have yet to pull an ace out of the hat here tonight. And it will be Montague to open things up for the Raiders with the serve. Go to Page. Set it, back corner, one-handed save by Prudich, and the Raiders with the lift give the Cobblers the early lead. For the Cobblers, it'll be Richard on the serve. Also on the back line is Page and Fleistra. Shreve, Williamson, and I believe that's Rubelt out there. Davis, the dig off the cord. Benson with the swing, the block of the net. That is Rubelt, I believe, with the block. For the Raiders, they will start with Larson, Benson, Prudich, Krause, Davis, and Montague. The serve dug by Prudich. Larson with the swing. Not much on it. Cobblers misplay it at the net. Tried to get it set up. The ball went the wrong way. And we'll see the Raiders serving. Down 2-1. Krause from the right side. Just inside the baseline. Takes a couple of steps. And sends it off the top of the net. Rubelt plays it. Gleestra sets it. Swing by Williamson. High in the air, Montague. Davis will come near side. Prudich on the run. Down the near side, right through the arms of Gleestra. And Prudich with another kill ties it up at 2 apiece. That is 7 on the board for her. As Krause with the score tied at deuce apiece. Williamson sends it high in the air. Gleestra, 10-foot hit is blocked to the net. That is Benson. With a rollover block is Richard. Didn't get enough elevation on it. It's a 3-2 lead for Rapid City Stevens. Krause looking for a third straight point on the serve. Gleestra sets, Shreve swings, Shreve in. Looked like it was also tipped by the Raiders, but Shreve with her 6th kill ties it up at 3 apiece. Page stays in at libero for the Cobblers. The sophomore done a nice job in the 2 matches we've seen. Sends that one deep. Davis plays it off the rafters. Keep it in play. Larson rolls it over. Gleestra set the push by Ducat. Raiders keep it alive. Larson with the bigger swing this time. Right at the shoulder of Richard. Tied her up. Didn't know whether to go up or down. The ball went down as she went up. 4-3. Raiders with the lead. Davis. Start at the baseline from the left side, serves with the right hand, goes cross court. Richard digs it. Gleestra sets it. Shreve swings, it's blocked at the net. That is another block for Broderick. 2-point lead for the Raiders here in set number 3. They lead 2-0 25-20, 25-14. Davis goes cross court again. Richard got one hand on it as she and Williamson had the ball in no man's land between them. There is the 3rd ace of the night for Rapid City Stevens, the first for Davis. 6-3, Raiders have doubled up the or the Cobblers rather. Go cross court, this one off the court, diving save by Williamson. Ducat goes back line, Kraus gets it up front, Prudich with the push down the line. Leistra back set, Shreve rolls it over, set by Montague. They'll go over to Larson right side off the set from Davis. One time over. Good pickup by Tipke. Tipke will dig that one as well. Vlistra goes to Williamson on the attack. Prudich pops it up. 10-foot hit back row by Kraus. Cobblers defend it, and the block. Is that Larson? Or it is Larson with the block. Both teams have played well at the net. Davis serving 7-3. Williamson have to dig it out. Ducat goes too long. The setters have done a nice job for Central, both Dudley and Leistra. Now they say that there's a tip, and it will be Cobblers with the point. They'll trail by 3 instead of by 5, and they will have the serve as Dudley comes in, along with Tipke. Shreve and Leistra will sit down. We've seen that rotation on Saturday. It's in force here again tonight. Dudley goes back center. Kraus. Davis with the bump. 10-foot rollover by Prudich. At the net. Cobblers put one in to the netting again. Prudich was there for the joust. No challenge, and the Raiders now up by 4, 8-4. Brooke Larson, who put together a run, I want to say 9 straight points before the Cobblers shut her off just before she put it away. Got him from 16 to 24, 15 to 24. The block at the net by Prudich. Cobblers keep it alive, but then Broderick hammers it, into the net. So another net violation. We're seeing a lot of net violations here tonight. Williamson to the line to serve. Takes a look at that back row of the Raiders. They'll set 4 of them back there waiting for the serve. Goes near side to Kraus. Larson on the attack. Ramos blocked by the Cobblers. Larson will set it up. 10-foot hit by Kraus. Blocked at the net again. That was Ducat with the block. Larson will set it up. The big hammer, Prudich. Beautiful set by Larson, and Prudich elevated. Put it down at a 45-degree angle. No prayer. Kill number 8 on the board for Prudich. She goes to the line. She has an ace as well. 9 serving 5. Richard to Dudley. Back to Richard. She'll put it cross court. Davis digs it out. Larson sets it. Ramos punches it down the line. Dudley will set it up. 10-foot hit by Richard. Goes nowhere. Kraus rolls it over. Page with the bump. Dudley with the set. Right side. Swing by Tipke. Goes high. Larson saves it. Knock it over. Set it again. Center hit. That puts it away. That is Ducat. Her second kill. Nope. Net violation. 9-6. Prudich with the serve again. The dig by Richard. The set. The swing. Prudich with the dig on the attack. Ramos blocked at the net. Come to the other side. Kraus. The dig by Williamson. Dudley with the set. Richard on the attack. There's a block. That is another one for Broderick.
If there's a Perry Peterson.
Broderick just 5'7", but she is playing well at the net. And first the double digits are the Raiders. They lead by 4, 10-6. Prudich with another serve. Page goes to the floor. Dudley with the back set. Tap it over. Dig by Ramos. The bump by Larson. Kraus rolls it over. Cobblers will play it with Dudley. Going to Richard. Blocked at the net. And Broderick there again. Broderick, Ramos giving her a little hand, but I think that was all Broderick with the block And that's going to be a timeout with the Raiders leading by 5, 11-6 here in set number 3. Back with more Cobbler Raider volleyball tonight on GoCobblersLive.com. We're back in 1 minute.
Balanced budgets to bucket lists. We're the bank for all you're doing. Security First Bank.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Zee Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Zee Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
When you're up 2-0 and 12-5 in the third set, you can dance to the music in the huddle. Raiders, they'll keep dancing out on the floor. They lead it by 7. Prudich at the line. Starts at the baseline, right of the lane. Set to serve. Richard, Page, and Williamson in the back row. It'll be Richard with the bump. Dudley with the set. Ducat with the pushover. Blocked at the net again by Broderick. Williamson, Broderick with the hammer and the kill. Too much for Dudley to handle. Broderick with her third kill. She has had a huge night tonight, especially here in set number 3 at the defensive side, but 3 kills tonight as well offensively. Raiders being led on the swings by Prudich with 8 kills. Cobblers, Shreve has 6. Page with the dig, the set, rollover. Prudich with the bump. Larson will set right side, no, left side to Kraus. Handled by Williamson. Dudley will set it to Richard on the lean, pushes it. Kraus, Davis with the bump. Push over by Prudich. Cobblers will try to get something going here. Dudley, Ducat hung up in the air. Saved by Prudich. Kraus with the hit. Played by Williamson. Dudley. It's going to be a free ball over by Page. Back corner and out. Prudich looked like she was going to play it and then pulled away as Coach Montague is right there. 14-5 lead for Rapid City Stevens. And that's into the net. 14-6. Cobblers trail by 8. Conroy will come in. Page will sit down along with Ducat. Front line is Tipke, Richard, and Rubelt. Dudley, Williamson, and Conroy. On the back line, Conroy with the serve. Davis got tied up, put it right up in the air. Prudich, Kraus from the 10-foot line. Williamson will bump it up front. Dudley, back set. Cobblers can't get their sets down tonight. Kraus with the swing. That's going to go off the hands of Williamson. Again, knowing where you're at on the floor, that was above her shoulder. She was standing 5 feet from the back line. That's probably going out. Conroy will sit down. Page comes back in for Coach Reese New, who sees her team down 2-0, trailing by 9 in set number 3. And here's Broderick with the serve. Richard bumps it. Dudley sets it. Off the mark, they had to free ball it over. Set to the right side. Ramos on the run and got the kill. She's played well off the bench in that front row. She's up there now with Benson and Kraus. It's Larson, Prudich, and Broderick on the back row. That's really where they'd much rather have them all 3 on the front row. Dudley has to dig another one out of the net. Page, free ball over. The bump up. Larson with the set. Benson with the swing, and that one might have been out. No chance on it for Williamson. Better off just letting that one go and hoping it goes out of bounds. She was down on her knees falling backward. If she hits the ball at all, it's going to skip to the back wall. 11-point lead for Rapid City Stevens. Broderick. Dudley will set. Richard with the lean down the line. Played by Larson. Bump up, roll it over. Cobblers trying to get something going here. They have to push this one over. Diving save by the Raiders. Kraus with the swing and off the block finds the bottom of the floor. 12-point lead for Rapid City Stevens, 18-6. Raiders undefeated on the year. They swept here on Friday Aberdeen Central took them 5 sets. They were down, were the Raiders. In the 4th set, they came back to win that in set number 5.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
18-6, the Raiders looking to move to 3-0 on the year. They're down that 4 set to Aberdeen Central. They came back to win that 25-22 and took the 5th set 15-10. Dudley with the set, going high but not getting much on it was Rubelt. Push over, Dudley keeps it alive. Richard with the swing, got a little bit on that since she had nothing really set up. Ramos pops it over. Dudley will set it up. Richard with the lean, and it is out. Was there a tip? No. 20-6. Nope, 19-6. Point ahead of myself. As Broderick back to serve for the Raiders. Sends it deep. The bump up front to Dudley. Again, getting high as Rubelt. Not getting much on the hits, though. Back row hit by Prudich. Into the net. The Cobblers roll it over, and somehow Tipke was able to get it over without getting a lift called. So Shreve and Vliestra back in. Dudley and Tipke have played very well tonight. Shreve with 6 kills has played well. Vliestra has struggled at that service line. That one is out. It's the closest of any of the serves she's had tonight. Just outside the near corner. A few too many Wheaties today, possibly, for Braylon Vliestra. Montague back on the court for the Raiders. She will serve. Big by Page. Vliestra chases it down. Shreve rolls it over. The set by Montague on the attack. Raiders are blocked, then they win the joust. That is Benson winning the joust. We have a number 9 out there for the Raiders. I do not have a number 9 on their roster. I don't know if somebody switched jerseys. Montague gets the serve over. Page has to go down on the ground, and we have a violation against the Cobblers. I think they got under the net. 22-7. Cobblers were somewhat competitive in that first set. They dropped that one 25-20, but it's been all Raiders since the Cobblers took an early lead in the second set at 2-1. Williamson, Vliestra, roll it over Richard. The set, right side Larson, there's a block. That is Rubelt. Rubelt and Richard both there. Block stayed in bounds, and the Cobblers need to put together a big run here with Richard on the serve. 8 serving 22, set number 3, down 2 sets to none. Prudich with the bump, the set by Montague, push over by Larson. Vliestra sends it back. Back up front, Shreve with the swing, played by Prudich. One-handed save by Montague, Davis pushes it over. Vliestra back sets again. Williamson on the hit, Montague plays it, Davis sets it. The swing blocked by the Cobblers at the net. They'll keep it alive. Shreve blocked, push it over, and found the donut hole. That's the first donut shot I think we've seen tonight. Sawyer Van Beck has come in for the Raiders. So she is on the front line along with Larson. Van Beck also a sophomore. Montague, and that is another service error for the Cobblers. Richard sends that one too deep. Krause will come back in for the unknown number 9, and Krause will serve. It's Krause, Davis, Montague, the back row, Prudich up front with Van Beck and Larson. That's going to be deep. Kraus knew it. She came up, had her hand over her face, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I hit it that far. 23-10. Cobblers hit double digits, but they have a hole. We need a 15-point run here. The sophomore libero Reagan Page sends it deep. Davis played it. Montague sets it. The push by Prudich. Leister will set it up right side. Shreve pushes it over. Diving save by Davis. Montague to Prudich. Goes back row, and that's out. Prudich thinking there was a tip. But it will be Cobblers with the point and the serve, trailing by a dozen here. 11 serving 23. Prudich with the bump. Montague with the set. Larson with the swing. Off of Page, and that will be a kill for Larson. That will be, well, they're putting it up for Kraus. That was Larson on the kill. That should be her 5th kill. Prudich with 8. Broderick has 4 and a bunch of blocks. Now they change it. Davis with the serve. Goes back row. Richard will get the return pass. Kraus with the dig. Prudich with the swing. That is out. So Prudich with back-to-back hitting errors. For the Cobblers has been Chloe Shreve with 6 kills. Rubelt has 3. Richard with 2 and Ducat with 2. Dudley and Tipke back in for Rapid City Central. Set point for the Raiders here at 12:24. If they can put it away, Davis cannot. 13 serving 24. Up next for these teams this coming weekend, the Thunder Basin Tournament. And then the following weekend, they will be at the Rapid City Invite. We'll have coverage for Central, Stevens, and Douglas. If we can get enough equipment, they all play at 9 o'clock. So if you get there early, you get to see all 3 teams on 3 courts. The hit by Prudich, and that will do it. Prudich with her 9th kill. And the Raiders take set number 3, 25-13. So it's a sweep for Rapid City Stevens tonight here at Howard Nas. 25-20, 25-14, 25-13 behind 8 kills for Aurora Prudich, 6 kills for Chloe Shreve. Next up for us here on Live Ticket, we will be in Douglas on Friday. The Rushmore Bowl on Saturday, Rapid City Central against Harrisburg, Rapid City Stevens to follow against Sturgis. Thank you to all of our sponsors. It's Tom Anderson thanking you for listening and tuning in. Thanks to Harley and Emily for their assistance at the board. Raiders sweep it tonight here at Howard Nas, 3 sets to none on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv network.
Diamond Roofing is your trusted roofing contractor in Rapid City and the surrounding Black Hills area. With over 40 years of experience, they specialize in residential and commercial roofing, as well as siding, windows, and gutter installation. They also collaborate with general contractors to install roofs on new home construction. Diamond Roofing offers customized solutions that fit both your needs and your budget. Call 605-720-7663 for a quote or visit diamondroofingcorp.com today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to